Hi, my name is Foresa. I'm 48 years old. I live in Columbia, South Carolina, and I was first diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2016. And this is my story in color.
All right. How was your life before diagnosis?
Prior to diagnosis, I was fairly active. You know, my kids were younger. I played with them a lot. We ran around a lot. I went out a lot. Dancing was my thing. Pretty normal, I would say.
Okay. How was your health before diagnosis?
Pretty good. You know, just your regular, normal things, so to speak, or so I thought. You know, I was dealing with headaches and stomach aches and different things like that I thought was natural, that I later found out might have been symptoms of fibromyalgia.
Okay. What were your symptoms leading up to diagnosis?
Headaches, pain, all over body pain, mostly legs, hips, back, neck, shoulders, kind of all over. Stomach issues, insomnia, fatigue. It was a whole little, stew of things, so to speak.
Okay. What caused you to seek diagnosis?
It was probably around 2007, 2008, when I started noticing stomach issues with my bowels, stomach issues, and pain, frequent leg pain, to the point at times where I stayed up at nights crying from the pain because I couldn't get any relief. No over-the-counter medication worked. I mean, strange, but that's what led me.
How did you get diagnosed?
It was around 2007, 2008 when I first sought help from a doctor because of the pain and the change in my bowels. And I initially was diagnosed with Lyme disease and irritable bowel syndrome. So over the course of some years, there were different medications that I was on for that, different things that I went through, but there was no relief from the pain. So eventually I sought another doctor who thought I might have had rheumatoid arthritis, who sent me to a rheumatologist, who ruled out rheumatoid arthritis, who diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And again, initially I sought help in 2007, 2008. I wasn't diagnosed until 2016. So during that time, it was me still trying to figure out what was going on. But prior to that, I was also told that I had Lyme disease. It was a number of things that fibromyalgia can mirror. So I guess they was just shooting for, whatever they thought it was, until I saw the rheumatologist in 2016.
Okay. How did you feel after being diagnosed?
I had a lot of questions. I didn't know what fibromyalgia was. All I know is that I wanted help. I wanted something that was going to help with the pain, something to give me some relief. So I had a lot of questions, unsure. And they told me, fibromyalgia deals with your muscles, your joints. There are certain trigger points. Me personally, I mostly deal with leg pains, bloating, which I guess is a spinoff from the irritable bowel, but it's all lumped together. And I deal with a lot of stiffness, which is triggered a lot of times, I've noticed, by cold air, being in a certain position too long, stress.
What are two things that help you cope with your diagnosis outside of medication?
Two things that help me cope with the diagnosis of fibromyalgia, other than medication, would have to be first my faith. I believe that I'm already healed through Christ Jesus. That's what I believe. Even though we have to go through pain and suffering and different things, I believe that you walk in your healing. You walk in what is. Like they say, call those things that aren't what you want them to be. So that's what you do. And the second thing I mentioned earlier is heat. I'm a fanatic for heat. I notice that when I get cold, or during the fall and winter months, I stiffen more. I have more flare-ups. I don't know why that is, but it is at least with me. And so I find that one of the things that I do, like I sleep with a heating pad, and I do that because the heat helps, but also I do it thinking, even if I'm not hurting, I feel like if I sleep with the heating pad, then it'll keep me from hurting. So I would have to say my faith and the heat.
Okay. What is one piece of advice to give to someone that may be suffering with the same diagnosis?
One of the things that I find that I deal with, because you can't see this disease or illness, whatever you want to classify it as, a lot of people don't think you're sick. They don't think you're dealing with things. They don't think you go through things. So my advice would be, forget about everybody else, what they think and what they say, and take care of yourself. You know your body. Do what you need to do to make it through each day. My name is Foresa Weaver, and my color is yellow.